What's going on, everybody? Marvel the Cross 316 back with another comic book flashback, and today, folks, we are looking at Ultimate Spider-Man issue number 69. Today's title is Meet Me. And so last issue, we saw that Johnny Storm is now going to Peter Parker's high school, that's Midtown High School, thanks to the influence of his sister, Sue Storm, who influenced him to get his high school diploma. And we know from last issue that also the Fantastic Four have not come out in public and let everybody know that they are a superhero team. So the Fantastic Four are pretty unique and that they don't know, the public doesn't know who they are. And we're going to see here as we continue to this story that the people at Midtown High School have no idea who the Human Torch is. That's why that people are freaking out. One of them being Liz Allen. Now remember, Liz Allen has a huge crush on Johnny Storm, but she doesn't know that he was the Human Torch. And so everybody starts to freak out at this bonfire as he came into contact with that fire, and he became the Human Torch. You see, Peter is trying to hold Mary Jane back to protect her. He doesn't know if the Human Torch is good or bad. And so everybody's running. We see that Johnny's like, Liz, listen to me. But she's screaming, saying no. And he's like, I'm sorry. I didn't realize that the bonfire would be attracted to me like that. If I knew that, I wouldn't. I didn't mean to freak everyone out. He said, will you tell her that? Tell her I didn't mean. And he flies off. And Mary Jane's like, who was that? Or what was that? He said, I have no idea. Was he a mutant or something? He said, why didn't you do something? He said, well, I'm not exactly fireproof, Mary. He said, sorry, it was just a knee-jerk, my boyfriend is a superhero thing. And she's like, oh man, we better find Liz. I hope she answers her cell. Poor Liz. Now, at the Baxter building, we see that Sue Storm gets up. She wants to make a pretzel, hot pretzel, and she finds that Johnny Storm, her brother, is watching TV. And so, oh, when did you get back, little brother? He said, oh, a minute ago. He said, what happened? He said, there was an accident. He said, so is she nice? He said, I don't want to talk about it. He said, look, you want a hot pretzel? He said, just leave me alone. He said, I'm not going back to high school, Sue. It's done. I'm done. What happened? So I guess he tells her what happened. We see Liz the next day is worried to go inside the school because of what happened at the beach. And so Mary Jane influences her to go inside the school. And we see the big bully, Flash Thompson's like, I heard your boyfriend is hot. And everybody starts laughing. She's like, ugh. And so after school, Peter and Mary Jane are walking to the parking lot when they see that Johnny Storm is parked outside. He said, hey, don't freak out. And Mary Jane's like, no, he said, you came back. And Johnny's like, is Liz here? Mary Jane says, she was. She left at lunch. The idiots were razzing her. He said, because of me? Kinda. Yeah. He said, dang it. He says, so are you? He said, what are you? He said, I'm sorry, I'm not allowed to tell you. The Fantastic Four, Reed Richards and Sue Storm, have not allowed Johnny Storm to reveal his powers or tell them that he's a superhero. And so he has to keep everything top notch, but he does tell them that he is not a mutant. And he's not going to tell them how he got his powers either. And so he basically is going to tell Mary Jane and Peter that he wants to meet up with Liz Allen just to talk with her, but he does say that he's done going to high school and he's not coming back. And so we see that he just like, please just deliver that message to her, will you? And she's like, well, Liz Allen, she has her problems and she's kind of mutant phobic. But he said, I'm not a mutant. She said, okay, she has some issues. It's not you. She has all kinds of phobias and things. She thinks she might be a mutant. She thought she lit you on fire. What? She thought she did it. I think she knows now she didn't. But listen, like I said, she has issues. He said, look, can you please just tell her to meet me like at 5 o'clock in Andrew Park? He said, I just want to talk to her. He said, I just tell her I thought she was cool and cute. Just tell her. Sorry, guys. So he drives off. Mary Jane and Peter look off. Peter's like, poor guy, that could so be me if not for you. He said, He said, what? What goes on in your head? It's true. You should go talk to him. Right. No, you should. Go put on your costume and talk to him. He said, what are you on? Give him a pep talk. He's a cutie guy. He feels bad. You've so been there. It'll make him feel better. So this is unique here. If you recall way back in Amazing Spider-Man issue number 4, it was Johnny Storm who gave a pep talk to Peter Parker that influenced him to continue to be Spider-Man. And now what we're going to see in this issue is that we've reversed roles here, and now what we're going to see is Spider-Man is going to give a pep talk to Johnny Storm, the Human Torch. So that's pretty cool here. I caught that in this issue. And if you don't remember that, go back and look at my old video of Amazing Spider-Man issue number 4, my comic book flashback, and you'll see what I'm talking about. And so we see that Spider-Man is going to surprise Johnny Storm here. And Johnny's like, whoa. He said, is everything okay? He said, look, I sensed that you have powers. I swung by. I kind of have that kind of thing. Of course, he's lying. He knows that Johnny Storm has powers because he's Peter Parker and he knows Johnny Storm. But he's not going to tell Johnny Storm that. And so he leaps down. He's like, how do I know it's you? He does like a aerial move in the air here to let him know, yeah, I'm the real McCoy. He said, that's so cool, dude. Dude, I'm a huge fan. Really? I really am. Johnny Storm. Why the press treats you like that, I will never know. He said, my girlfriend thinks it's the costume. And so they continue to talk here. He said, look what I can do. He's like, whoa. He says, so wow, you're a mutant? He said, actually, I'm not. And then he says, I'm not allowed to say how I got my powers. And while they're talking, they hear a humongous boom. It looks like a building is on fire. Spider-Man says, I'll see you later. He swings off. Johnny's like, oh, I'm going to lose this jacket. I love this jacket. He hangs it on the pole. He flames on. And so now he's going to come and try to help. This is his first big mission here. He's never tried to save anyone before. And what we're going to see is Spider-Man is not going to be able to save one of the kids in time. Only the Human Torch can absorb some of the heat from the fire, allowing Spider-Man to go inside and save the kid here, the baby kid, allowing him to come back to his mother. And so the Human Torch absorbs all of the heat here. And this is really cool that it's finally the Human Torch gets to do something with his power and save people. And so they return back to the park, and Spider-Man's like, dude, are you okay? He said, man, that was awesome. And then, man, he's like, I have a black lung. We saved people. We totally did something like that. Cool. First time? Kinda, yeah, like that. I mean, people in trouble. Hey, my jacket's still here. Cool. So they're talking, the police show up, and it's like, alright, we gotta go. And they're like, but they're gonna thank us. No, they're gonna blame us for the fire. Trust me. And sure enough, they say, police, freeze. So they get out of the area. And Spider-Man, this is what his pep talk says. Look, you had to trade something today. That's part of the business here. When you become a superhero, there's trade-offs. You get to help people, you get to save people, but you're not going to have a normal life. And Johnny Storm says, is it worth it? And Spider-Man says, yeah, well, yeah. And Johnny's like, thank you. He said, oh, okay. Johnny says, so listen, eventually when we come out to the public, swing by, okay? We'll do this again. This was fun. Sure, okay, but how will I know when you've gone public? Are you kidding? And so, yeah, here we go, folks. Sooner or later, we're going to see the Fantastic Four pop up in the Ultimate Universe. They're going to become public soon, probably within the next issue or so. But there you have it, folks. That's how we end this cool issue. It looks like Peter is still willing to wear the costume at least and save people from a burning building, so we're not left out with any kind of speculation that he's never going to be Spider-Man. So this looks like it's pretty hopeful issue, folks. It looks like Spider-Man's going to continue to pop up. It's good, pretty cool here. We haven't seen Spider-Man or Peter Parker dress up as Spider-Man in a while. And so, hope you like this issue. And coming up next, folks, we get to see Doctor Strange. So Spider-Man's going to meet Doctor Strange in this series. That's going to be cool. That'll be in issue number 70. But until then, go ahead now and give this video a like. Comment down below what you liked about this issue. Subscribe if you have not. And I will see y'all in the next one.